Once upon a time, in the crystal clear waters surrounding a tiny island in the South Pacific, lived an old man named Ba. Ba was wise, with a heart full of stories and a laugh that could lift the spirits of anyone who heard it. He had spent years traveling the islands, learning the ways of the land and sea. But there was one thing Ba had never managed to do: catch the great fish. This fish was a legend among the islanders, said to be as big as a boat and quicker than the wind. No one had ever caught it, though many had tried. Ba wasn't one to give up easily, so every day he set out in a small canoe, with nothing but a fishing line, a wooden spear, and his wisdom to guide him. One bright morning, as the sun rose, turning the ocean into a blanket of gold, Ba paddled out farther than he ever had before. His arms were tired, his back ached, but his heart was strong. Just as Ba dropped his fishing line into the water, a young whale named Maki popped up beside him, causing a huge splash that soaked Ba head to toe. "Oi, Maki!" Ba laughed, shaking the water off his hat. "I didn't know you liked playing tricks on old men." Maki smiled a wide, tricky grin. "I wasn't playing tricks, Ba. I just wanted to see what you're up to today. You're always up to something." Ba squinted his eyes at the whale. "Well, today's the day I catch the great fish, Maki. Been trying for years, but I can feel it in my bones. Today's the day." Maki's eyes sparkled with excitement. "The great fish? You need more than bones, Ba. You need strategy, and I just happen to be the best strategist in the sea." Ba raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "Oh, do you now?" "I do. Watch and learn," Maki said, diving under the water with a flick of his tail. Ba chuckled to himself, but trusted Maki's eagerness. Soon, Maki returned, his fins full of seaweed and shells. "What in the world is that for?" Ba asked, scratching his beard. Maki winked. "A decoy. The great fish is too smart for normal bait, but if it sees something it thinks it can't resist, it'll come closer. We make it look like a bed of juicy seaweed. Then, when the fish is near, bam! You catch it." Ba couldn't help but laugh. "You're as clever as a coconut, Maki. Let's give it a try." They set the trap, carefully laying out the seaweed and shells in the water. Ba sat in his canoe, gripping his fishing line, and waited. Hours passed. The sun began to set, and the water shimmered with twilight colors. But no great fish. "Maybe it's not the right time," Maki sighed, feeling a little disappointed. Ba smiled kindly at him. "Patience, Maki. Sometimes even the best plan doesn't work right away. It's not about catching the fish today. It's about learning what we can for tomorrow." Maki's wide grin returned. "You mean we're not giving up?" "Never," Ba said, his voice full of warmth. "Giving up means you'll never get anywhere. But sometimes you have to give in." "Give in?" Maki tilted his head. "Yes," Ba explained. "It's like when the waves push against your body. If you fight them too hard, you'll tire yourself out. But if you go with them, you'll find your way. Maybe catching a great fish isn't about using a trap, but something simpler." Just then, there was a tug, a powerful pull on Ba's fishing line. His hands tightened, his heart raced. Maki leaped up, splashing in excitement. "Ba! Ba! It's the great fish! I know it!" The canoe rocked as the great fish pulled with all its might. But instead of fighting back with all his strength, Ba relaxed his grip. He let the line run out a little, easing the tension. The great fish slowed down, surprised that it wasn't being yanked around. Maki watched, eyes wide with amazement. "You're giving in!" "Exactly," Ba said with a wink. "Sometimes Giving in doesn't mean you stop trying. It just means you try in a different way. Ball worked skillfully, gently pulling the line when the fish was calm, and letting it run when the fish fought back. Slowly but surely, the great fish grew tired. Soon, Ball pulled the fish close enough to the boat that they could see its shining scales in the moonlight. Maki swam beside it, eyes wide. Wow, Ball, you did it! You really did it! Ball looked at the magnificent creature, its golden scales shimmering in the water. I suppose I could pull it in. But maybe this isn't a fish that should be caught. Maki's jaw dropped. You're letting it go? After all that? Ball smiled gently. Sometimes the most important thing is knowing when to let go. The journey was the gift, not the catch. Maki looked at Ball in awe. You're wiser than I thought, old man. The great fish gave a thankful splash with its tail, as if to say goodbye, and then swam off into the deep blue sea. Ball and Maki watched until it disappeared into the horizon. As the moonlit sparkled over the water, Maki turned to Ball. I think I understand it now. Resilience isn't about never stopping. It's about knowing when to keep going and when to let go. Ball nodded. Exactly, my friend. And if you keep that in your heart, you'll go farther than any fish or whale ever has. Maki grinned, feeling proud and a little wiser of himself. And together, the old man and the young whale paddled back to the island, their hearts full of the sea's lessons and their joy of their shared adventure. The end.